Welcome back to Love and Junk Food. I'm Laura.
I'm John.
And happy Thanksgiving. It's almost time. And today we're trying stuffing.
Stuffing is one of Laura's favorite dishes, and every time Thanksgiving comes around, definitely on the menu.
The other thing that happens every time Thanksgiving comes around is I say the same thing. I love stuffing so much. Why don't I eat it any other time of the year? And I'm like, this year I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm eating stuffing every day. And then I always forget about it. And then, you know, stuffing comes up around Thanksgiving and I think the same thing.
Yeah, in fact, Laura said to me one time, why don't we just get a couple boxes of stuffing and I'll have some of that for lunch.
For lunch, yeah.
And then you know what happens? It sits in the pantry forever.
I forgot. I need to make it. I need to meal prep and have it in the fridge for lunch so I can just go and grab some. But anyway, let us know in the comments if you're a fan of stuffing or dressing. And we'll get into some stuffing talk in a minute.
Stuffing
some
talk.
questions. So these are both from Aldi.
Yes, they're both from the same company, Chef's Cupboard.
Yep. One is regular. We've had this before and it was fine. I mean, we make homemade stuffing that's chef's kiss. But in the meantime, you know, a box stuffing is fine. In between the holidays, on the holiday, I want a good homemade full of mushrooms, onions, and veg and seasonings and all of that. Sausage, that's our go-to Thanksgiving stuffing. But in between, this is fine. And if you're not into that, the other thing is we full on believe there's enough to do on Thanksgiving. You've got to get the house ready. Oh, sure. You're paying for everything. Sometimes there's activities involved and there's a whole lot of cooking going on. So we full on believe take cheats where you want to, need to, whatever.
Yeah. What's important to you, you know?
Yeah, and so this is just fine, absolutely fine. But we're comparing it to its keto cousin over here.
Yes, keto stuffing mix. They're both turkey flavor.
Yeah.
Both the directions for cooking are the same. A cup and a half of water, half a stick of butter. Get it boiling, drop in the packet mix, and let it sit for 5 minutes.
All right. They look very different.
They do look very different.
So, our trusty takeout forks here. I'm anxious to try, and then we'll talk about numbers. Let's try them while they're good and warm.
All right, let's do it.
I think our first... So, here's the other thing. The texture it's very light in color, and the texture seems kind of crumbly.
Yeah, kind of like quinoa, kind of.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatevs. All right, here we go.
The flavor's there. The texture's funky and weird to me.
Yeah, texture is pretty funky and weird.
We'll talk about if it's worth it, though. Listen, if I couldn't have regular stuffing, would I rather have that than no stuffing at all? I think so, but let's try regular stuffing. The flavor is good. It does taste like stuffing.
Yeah, well, sort of, yeah. It does have a good flavor to it.
Oh. That's why I'm glad we tried that one first.
Yeah.
The herbs are amazing. The texture is great.
Texture's a lot better. I think the flavor is better. Because I think kind of what you're missing in the keto version is the taste of the bread or the breading or whatever it is. Yeah.
Pardon me while I just sit here and eat this.
Yeah, no
and you
problem.
talk. Hey, there's a theme for a video. All right, now I'm going back.
New show idea.
This is probably way too big of a bite with this.
Crumbly.
It's weird. It tastes wet. Really wet.
It tastes wet and it kind of tastes a little greasy, actually.
Yeah. All right, let's talk numbers though.
All right.
Because, I mean, if this has 0 calories, 0 everything, I'm down. But if it's close, no. All right, so mine, a serving size is a half a cup.
Same here.
Okay, so calories are 110.
50.
Okay. What else do you want to know?
Well,
I can't. That's all.
I think the big thing for the keto is carbs.
Yeah, but here's what I was gonna say. So this number right here is the calories. That's the only number I can read on this box. That's why I'm handing it over. Okay. Now I'm out. Now I can't be helpful.
So regular stuffing mix is 20 grams total carbs, 1 gram dietary fiber, and then total sugars 2 grams. The keto version, 17 grams total carbs per serving, but 15 grams of that is dietary fiber. So you're supposed to subtract that. So 2 grams per serving for dietary fiber, and then there are 0 added sugars to it. So, I mean, I think that's within keto parameters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great to have that alternative. We always look for things like that, nut alternatives and,
right.
Gluten-free things when we see it and whatever. I think it's great that exists. However, I wouldn't want to have it instead of regular stuffing on Thanksgiving.
Right.
But if I had to, it's a good alternative. It's better than no stuffing at all, for sure.
Absolutely. Like we said, the flavor's pretty good. Turkey stuffing flavor is there. So, like, if you have a keto diet and you're like, well, I really want stuffing for Thanksgiving or whatever meal you're going to have, it's a good alternative.
I'm going to make a mess.
Just like a lot of things, when you're substituting, it's not quite as good as the original.
Just like if I were going to make box stuffing for Thanksgiving, which, again, like I said, nothing wrong with it. You take your cheats where you want to. I would zhuzh it up. I would add onion. Yeah. I might add celery. You could add sausage to this. You could, whatever. You could zhuzh it up.
Sure.
I think if you did some of that to this, you could make it pretty decent.
Yeah, make it a little better, for sure.
I think what I would also do is maybe cook it in a pan to get out some of, we cooked it in a pan with the liquid to make it stuffing, but I almost would cook it in like a frying pan with onions and stuff to get a little bit of the liquid out.
Because regular stuffing will soak that liquid up, and it doesn't seem like this is doing that for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But
there you have it. What is it made of? Does it say?
Yeah, I looked at that earlier. I was comparing the ingredients. So
because I can't tell. It might be. I can't tell.
The regular stuffing is made with enriched wheat flour, is the main ingredient, and then the main ingredient in the keto is modified wheat starch, but then there's also wheat protein isolate and then oat fiber. And I think probably oat fiber is pretty significant in there,
Yeah, I just think it's just a little bit wet. So like I said, I would make that exact thing, put it in a frying pan with some onions and celery or whatever, whatever you can have on, that meets your dietary restrictions, whatever, and just get a little bit of the liquid out, and I think it's just fine.
Yeah, sure.
That being said, if you're not on a keto diet, I wouldn't. Just my own personal preference. Do you agree?
Yeah. Flavor's good, texture's different.
This is really good as far as box stuffing goes. I think it is just as good as the top dog.
Right.
I think. And
stovetop.
Yeah, I think it's just as good as that. I'm gonna give this one, so if real actual homemade stuffing is a 10, this is maybe like a 7 to me. Decent. Sure. I would eat it for lunch, but like I said, I don't want it as a special holiday
meal. Yeah. Right. Yeah. I would give it a 7 as well.
This one is maybe, as is, maybe like a 5. But I could see knocking these both up a point or 2 with the additions that we talked about.
Sure. Yeah. I agree with both those assessments.
Cool. All right. So now stuffing talk. Let us know. I'm so curious. Are you a fan of stuffing? Because I know not everybody is. And do you say stuffing Or do you say dressing? Now, I know the difference is what I'm trying to say between stuffing and dressing. That being said, I know that we exclusively in our family eat dressing, but yet I call it stuffing. I think stuffing is the more universal name.
Right. I think stuffing is
even though we're not stuffing it in a bird, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let us know if you actually stuff a bird with stuffing or dressing, whatever you call it, and what do you call it? Or if you put something else in your turkey for Thanksgiving. So curious.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. We're going to be talking about what's on our menu, and we're going to be doing a fun, unpopular opinions about Thanksgiving. So come check us out. We're going to put that video out on Thanksgiving Day, and you don't have to be American or celebrating Thanksgiving to enjoy that video, I don't think.
Right.
It's what other people say about Thanksgiving food and us reacting. So we would love to join you. Happy Thanksgiving to those that are celebrating. Come find us on social media if you haven't already. We'd love to have you join us on Instagram in particular. We also have another channel where we do other things, other reviews, etc. And a game channel where sometimes we play games and sometimes we're able to make that channel work. And a lot of the times we have audio issues.
Yes.
Our equipment breaks all the time on that channel. Here, never, hardly ever, rarely. On that channel, anyway, come support us on all the channels. Links will be down in the comments of this video. Now, if you love Aldi, or keto, or stuffing, or dressing,
or us,
or the video, give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow when you do that. That's all we have for today.
That's it, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.